What happens at the moment of death? When you die, does your life flash before your eyes like a movie? How did the Estonian man who died and came back to life describe his death? Results of 25 years of secret research unveiled. Death is a subject that has remained a mystery since the dawn of humanity. We have also always wondered what happens at the moment of death. Human beings, who have been obsessed with death for thousands of years, have made great progress in the last 25 years and have carried out an interesting scientific research. The results of 25 years of research on death have been announced. What a person experiences at the moment of death and what happens after death are among the topics you will watch in this section. Death is the definitive end of the vital activities of a living being. The loss of vitality of any tissue of living beings is also called death. In order to be able to talk about the death of a living being, vital activities must cease, never to return. This is because it is often possible to restart seemingly stopped respiratory and circulatory functions by artificial respiration and heart massage in people who are in danger of drowning, freezing, poisoning, or whose heart has stopped. At a New York-based medical center, Dr. Sam Parnia and a large group of American and British experts observed 567 male and female patients over 25 years. The team vowed to uncover the many secrets of death. As the research team carefully examined the patients, they proved that they had 5 different reactions and experiences at the moment of death. This was a first in medical history. So how did they achieve this? When a living being dies, its breathing stops, its heart stops, its body experiences death pallor. Pallor of death is when blood pools in the lower parts of the body. The coldness of death is an irreversible drop in body temperature. These two coldnesses are experienced at the moment of death. In addition, rigor mortis, that is, the muscles remain in the state of contraction/relaxation in the dying state, and death spots, purplish spots caused by the accumulation of blood in the lower parts of the body, are also among the symptoms. After death, putrefaction occurs after a while. Subsequently, the corpse decomposes due to the activity of bacteria and fungi, and decomposition, the breaking down of the body into simpler building blocks. Finally, after a long period of time, the bones of the corpse remain, and this is called skeletonization. Let's look at the secret behind why people who have experienced death in all these houses say, "My life flashed before my eyes like a movie." The US study included 5 different experiences of more than 50 patients who died of heart disease. According to the study, it was revealed that some patients who had suffered a heart attack actually saw their lives flash before their eyes during their life and death struggle. It was determined that these people evaluated their own lives as they got closer to death. Experts have discovered that people in the fight for life can bring back many memories, from how they treated others to the ones they valued most. Some people were found to convince themselves that they had a purpose to go somewhere at that moment. Experts found that some patients in the same condition were still conscious and even realized that CPR was being performed. Accordingly, some patients may be aware of activities in the intensive care unit and even hear the paramedics at the time. Another chilling part of the study was the observation of 5 different experiences in people who experienced death. These 5 experiences were experienced by most subjects. Please watch carefully. In the 5 experiences of the people closest to death, the patients felt the heart massage, heard the voice of the paramedics treating them, realized that they were in intensive care, perceived their surroundings, saw their whole life flash before their eyes as a memory, thought they were going somewhere. Dr. Sam, who has spent more than 2 decades studying what happens when the heart stops beating, connected people who had come back from the brink of death to brain monitoring devices to see if there were any signals that their brains were receiving information. The devices also projected images on a screen in front of the patient during treatment and repeated words like apple, pear and banana every 5 minutes. Dr. Sam said that while some patients remembered specific events at the time of treatment, when they were very close to death, some memories were probably false or misinterpreted. Another British specialist working with Dr. Sam reported that a patient was being treated with CPR after his heart stopped and told him that he believed he was burning in hell. "The patient told me that he was burning in hell," the doctor said. So the patient had felt a great heat. Was it really the heat of the flames in hell? Dr. Sam said, this burning was probably caused by a burning sensation in his body from a drop of potassium-4. So this burning sensation was explainable, but is it normal that at the moment of death, most of the patients observed almost like a normal person at the moment of CPR? In the study, 2 of the 28 participants said they could hear the medical staff while CPR was being performed. One patient claimed to have felt the pressure on his chest at that moment. 3 of the 23 patients said they had dreamlike visions during those moments, while 15 patients said they thought about their own lives and how they were affecting others during that process, saying, "It was as if life flashed before my eyes like a movie." 6 patients said they remembered those moments very clearly. This is very similar to the story of the Estonian man whose story we are about to tell you. Let's also look at death in spiritualism. In spiritualism, death is expressed by the term disincarnation and is defined as the definitive severing of the relationship between the soul and the body. However, the expression, separation from the flesh, here is not used in the sense of leaving the body, but in the sense of the soul ceasing to dominate the body, ceasing to influence the body. For the soul, which is an immaterial being, the verbs entering and leaving, which are related to space, cannot be used. According to Islamic belief, at the moment of death the soul is taken from the body and received by angels. If the person is a good person, her soul is received by angels of mercy. They take it towards the highest points of heaven. If the deceased was a bad person, the angels of torment will receive it and carry it to the lower layers of the earth. According to some beliefs, the soul of the deceased goes home. The spirit always comes home, it usually comes on Friday evenings and holiday evenings. They say, according to the term afterlife in the Islamic faith, the spirits that are not imprisoned but free, that is, in blessing, meet and visit each other. They discuss things that have happened and will happen in the world. Each soul will be with friends who are its equal in deeds and of its own rank. There are hundreds of different views and accounts of the moment of death and what happens after death.